and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and his Trusty Sidekick.
Hello.
And what are we bringing them today?
Skitarii.
Skitarii of the Adeptus mechanicus. Back when I used to play 40k, I always wanted them to bring out enough Skitarii to be able to actually fight them as a force, because I absolutely loved the story of the invasion of Turan. And in the invasion of Turan, when the Tyranids first turned up, you had the Skitarii side by side with the Imperial Guard battling against Tyranids. I thought that was an awesome story. But now they've actually brought it out as a box, and here it is. And we've already done the Skitarii infantry, but now we'll go into a bit more detail with the army box. So what do we have?
A massive base.
Yes. A commander, a tech priest.
Which looks like this. Post picture there. How? Look at that picture, amazing, isn't it?
That's it. And we have that.
Then we have this thing that you're going to love connected together.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be the highlight of the day. Or week.
So you have yourself a squad of Skitarii infantry, a relative Skitarii tank, and a tech priest, along with an extra unit of Skitarii, which is there.
And a transfer, one transfer.
Yeah.
Your adeptus mechanicus infantry.
Thank you.
And your doom crawler.
So there we have it. The tech priests of Mars themselves. So what do we know about tech priests?
They bless things.
Yeah, pretty much. They're not the brightest chickens in the shop.
Well, no, they are. They just don't want anyone else being bright.
Yeah, I think honestly they're genuinely not the brightest chickens. They think that things work by saying magic incantations. They don't realise...
So there's no one else decided to just press the button.
It happens occasionally in the odd book. Yeah, so the tech priests of Mars, they came to a deal with the Emperor early on. After the Emperor had united humanity on Earth, there was a pretty good chance that Mars and Earth would destroy each other in an all-out war. But the Martians, or the tech priests of Mars, decided that it would be a good idea to ally with the Emperor, on the understanding that the Emperor would leave them alone. Now, what the tech priests are mainly interested in is getting hold of standard template constructs so they can make new weapons and expand their technology. What the Empire is interested in is, well, originally it was building an empire, and now it's trying to keep the Empire alive because the Empire is falling apart. So the long-term gathering of standard template constructs means that the Empire now has more kit with which to fight the Xenos and Chaos. So that's all kind of worked out well for them, hasn't it?
Yeah. Apart from the constant wars.
Kind of the constant wars.
Every front.
Now, the tech priests... Well, actually there's no such thing as anyone who's a good guy in the 40k universe, but if we're going to say the Imperium is technically the good guys...
Well, what are the books orientated around?
The book's orientated... Actually, these days the book's orientated around Primarchs that keep popping back to life.
What did they orientate around?
The Empire trying to hang on to dear life.
So technically that means that the Empire is the good guys.
Yeah, but if you go by, like when Storm of Iron came out, it was quite clear that Chaos was beginning to get the upper hand. Given that the only place where Gene Seed was stored had just been captured by Chaos. So Chaos now had access to massive numbers of new Space Marines.
New Chaos.
New Chaos Space Marines, yes. Although as far as the Iron Warriors are concerned, they're not Chaos. They use the ruinous powers, but they're not Chaos. Now, as far as these chaps are concerned, they're sort of halfway on to being a Necron faction, aren't they, really?
You do look like that.
They do a bit, yeah. They modify their bodies with machines and stuff, which is how the Necrons eventually ended up. Well, think of Spare Parts from Doctor Who, where people eventually became machines. This is where these guys are going.
Cybermen.
Yeah. So if we go by the idea that the tech priests are not interested in saving humanity or the Empire, they're interested in gaining knowledge and power, which is not the same as protecting humanity. The Empire wants to protect humanity. So sometimes these guys will go against the Empire.
The humanity is pretty safe.
Well, it's pretty safe now. God's running around as a little girl. I mean, that's pretty good. The Emperor. He's running around as a little girl, killing chaos. It's a long story. It's a little girl. Yeah, okay. I think she's French. And that's the way the books are going at the moment. So these are technically good guys. They're on the side of the Empire, but they can also fight against the Empire. Witness the Soul Drinkers. What happened to them? A loyalist Space Marine chapter who were betrayed by the tech priests and ended up becoming chaos out of sheer desperation, which is a real shame, really. So they're not all good. Figure-wise, I love the steampunk aspect of them.
You are obsessed with steampunk.
I like steampunk, and they're very, very steampunky. Particularly the rifles. They've got the rifles are totally steampunk. Just look at the rifles. That is straight out of steampunk, isn't it? That's absolute steampunk. So if you like steampunk, you're gonna like these guys. Although the body-wise, they look a little bit put together like Tau.
Never played Tau.
I never played Tau. I played when it first came out. Back when they brought out the first mech suits and stuff. Now Tau seem to be all mech suits.
I played Eldar before.
Yeah, actually also very much like Eldar. The way they put together. Unlike Space Marines, which are completely different the way they're
Are Tau the ones with like the weird screen on the face?
Yes.
I played Tau. I remember playing Tau you.
You remember? Yeah.
I remember. I think I played every faction. Apart from Adeptus Mechanicus.
But they didn't have adeptus mechanicus back then. I think it's a great addition to the game. And it's going to be really fun playing them.
Who else is there? Now the Necrons, I've definitely played that. Chaos. I played Khorne. I haven't played Nurgle, have I?
Nurgle? You must have done at some point.
Played Nurgle. Slaanesh, I haven't played Slaanesh, I know that.
No.
I have not
No,
played
I don't.
Zinch.
We did have some Slaanesh stuff, but we never used them in Warhammer.
I haven't played Zinch either.
No, I never had any Zinch.
Necrons, yeah, first said that. I've never played Necrons. Space Marines, obviously.
Yeah.
Imperial Guard, yeah. Orcs.
A lot.
Yeah, a ton.
A lot.
Tyranids.
A lot. Yeah. And that was back in the old days. So
What else is there?
there's a lot of new stuff out.
What's all we have there?
Yeah. So our new stuff's gonna be fun. So anything to add to the end of the video?
Yeah, why are they called Skitarii?
Skitarii. Oh. Historically, there's Roman, isn't it? Aren't they the vanguard troops in a Republican army? Skitarii? Or is it Spanish? No, it's Hispanic, isn't it? It's
It probably
Spanish
does mean
troops
something
across.
army-like because they're all like a defence force.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
they're called Skitarii.
yeah, I mean, you probably don't. It's Games Workshop, so you probably don't pronounce it Skitarii. It's probably called Ski or something.
Scary.
I don't know, because they never pronounce things the way that they're supposed to be pronounced. Apart from Zinch, there's no other way to pronounce Zinch. I suppose Tench. You could Tench.
Slaanesh.
Yeah. Slaanesh. You
Space
pretty
Marine.
much. Well, Space Marine is Space Marine. Well, that's Adeptus Astartes.
Space Marine.
That's Adeptus Astartes. What would Slaanesh be? No, it wouldn't. So Slaanesh is its own.
Khorne.
Khorne actually already existed. It was an actual thing. Nurgle is also an actual real life god, or was a real life god.
Isn't Khorne just Satan?
No, it just looks like it. Remember, the ruinous powers take their visage, the way they look, from our minds.
I mean, bloodletters are just like demons.
Yeah, so they take what we think of a bad thing out of our minds and make themselves look like that. So
it's like getting our religion and trying to transform it into a game.
When I start our religion, demons seem to be pretty much the same across different religions. So yeah, demons look like demons. So when we imagine a demon,
it's trying to adapt
to our fears.
2019 to 40k.
Look at churches. Look at gargoyles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you're saying 2019. This is
sorry,
thousands of years old.
I mean right now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
I mean, it's 40k.
40k began in the 1980s, so yeah, it's sort of taking the fears of man and transferring them into the warp, and the creatures that live in the warp shape themselves on how we think things look.
Yeah.
So Nurgle look like Nurgle. Rotting corpses probably began sometime in the
Black Death.
Yeah, if you think of the artwork of the Black Death, you could quite easily find Nurgle plague marines walking around in that artwork, and that was from what, the 14th century, late 1300s, early 1400s, when plagues were sweeping Europe. And when was the Black Death in London? The 1760s, was it? You could imagine that paintings of Nurgle in artwork from that period, couldn't you? Quite easily. If you think of, was it Bruegel did the big picture of Death Triumphant, where you've got zombies and skeletons marching around as soldiers and people fighting the dead.
Zinch, H.P. Lovecraft's ghouls.
Oh, it's straight out of Zinch. Very Lovecraftian.
Yeah.
The ruinous powers in Lovecraft, of course, use mind-altering things, and Zinch are very strange looking and almost indescribable. Describe some of the Zinch creatures.
Pink.
Yeah, other than colours. Try and describe physically.
Arms.
Right, so you find it hard to describe them.
Small.
Yeah, indescribable. Yes, as Lovecraft said, indescribable.
Where's Slash come from? If we're trying to link it with
Slaanesh, that's actually old as well. I can't remember which religion Slaanesh became, but Slan is actually very old. It's taken from old stuff and made modern.
Corn is what we just said.
Yeah.
Zinch is clearly a H.P. Lovecraft type adaptation of his books. Nurgle's Black Death.
Yeah. It's death, fear.
Slaanesh?
Slaanesh is hedonism. It's when you go to when things go too far. Think of the hippie movement. They would have been Slaanesh.
I mean, everything's happy-go-lucky.
Not just happy-go-lucky, but happy or else. I mean, the hippies used to walk around. If you weren't, hey, love and peace, man, they would beat you up. It's badness. So, what else we got?
That's it, isn't it? Apart from the massive base.
I think this is all. There's other than the robots for these guys. We've got everything for these, haven't we?
I think they did have an army on there though. From what I remember.
Did you? Well, we'll have to look into that. But I think we're just going to base these up as they stand, and then see where we go from there. Because there's some things we want to use them for, which is why we got them. But it's more scenario based than army based.
Yeah.
But we have enough stuff to do that with, so that's good. We've got quite a few bits planned. So, any more things to add?
No.
That's boring, isn't it? No, I can't think of anything.
That's everything from me.
And everything from him. Goodbye.
See ya.